Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. And welcome to Monday Night Live. You are very welcome. Smash the like button. Check out my poll. Are you a Doctor Strange fan or a Doctor Fate fan? Doctor Strange or Doctor Fate? Get involved with my poll. Very welcome. Come in, make a comment, start the conversation. Let's get it going. Is it Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, or is it Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Badness? What do you think? Bat Super, hello, a very good evening to you, and welcome. Harris Selick, in a fight or as a character? Well, I didn't think about that, but whatever, you know. Do you like, what do you prefer as a character? Do you actually think that Fate could beat Doctor Strange? I think Fate is very, very powerful. And actually, I think Dr. Fate's a much more interesting character. I think the way they portrayed him in Smallville made him very, very complex. This is a guy who put the helmet of Naboo on. It affected his mental health, his psychology. It was, I mean, I've never read him in the comics, but the way they did him in Smallville was amazing. I hope they do him as well in the movie. Harry Selick, Strange wins in the fight, but Fate is better written character. Yep. As I say, I've only seen him in Smallville, and I really liked what Jeff Johns did with him in Smallville. Ryan, I'm a Vengeance. DC Cinematics. I want to see Dr. Fate and build up a JSA film. Yes, if the JSA are popular and they're kind of developed well and executed well in Black Adam, I would expect them to either get their own HBO Max show or get a movie. A movie would be preferable. Yes, the JSA are very important. And the fact that they're being introduced, personally, I would have given them their own movie anyway, but there you go. They are in Black Adam, so let's hope they're good versions of these characters, because the JSA, of course, are huge and very popular. And again, the JSA were done very, very well in Smallville. Harris Selick, Fate is great in the Blue Beetle Rebirth series. I'll have to read that. But I think Dr. Fate's a great character. I'm not necessarily happy how the MCU have handled Doctor Strange. I like him in the first movie, for sure. I think since then, and he's not the Sorcerer Supreme. What do we think about him not being the Sorcerer Supreme? I think that sucks. Please smash the like button, everyone. Come and have a conversation. I'm here for at least the next hour. We finally got the Avatar 2 trailer. And you probably saw my reaction. If you haven't, check it out later. I thought it was a really, really good trailer. And I'm really excited for that movie now. I wasn't so much before, but I really am now. Harris Selick, Strange Arc is good in his first movie. And Infinity War 2 Endgame is great, but was bad in Multiverse of Madness. Yeah. Listen, we are in an era in films where the men aren't the priority. Red Panda, hello Mick, have you seen The Northman? I have. Bat Super, I would have liked to see a version of Doctor Strange in the Raimi-verse. That would have been cool. That would have been amazing. I think Raimi was in a very difficult position with this film. Right, Ryan, I'm going to call you I'm Vengeance and leave it at that. I couldn't agree more. Give them their solo films and then Justice Society. Yeah, it's going to be great. I can't wait to see them in Black Adam. That's my most anticipated thing about Black Adam. Not that I'm not looking forward to Black Adam as a character, but the JSA, yeah. Looking forward to seeing them. And if you're a Doctor Who fan, please let me know what you think about the casting. There's a lot of discourse on Twitter, of course. There's no surprise. Basically, there's discourse on Twitter whether you put pineapple on your pizza or not. Red Panda, what did you think of Northman? I loved it. I found it so disturbing, the scene where Nicole Kidman kisses the main character. I felt so weird. I wouldn't go that far, but yes, I enjoyed the movie. It was really good. Robert Eggers is the man. Great movie. One of the better movies I've seen this year, along with The Batman. It's not been a great year for films thus far. And our very own Wanda. Elizabeth Olsen doesn't like the way some directors talk down about the MCU. Well, I'm sorry, Lizzie. I love you. I think you're great, but I don't agree with you. It deserves the disdain. Red Panda, best movie of the year so far. Ooh. Well, for me, it has to be between The Northman and The Batman. It's an interesting. I'd call that a tie. Because Doctor Strange isn't a good movie. Harry Selick, Doctor Who being black doesn't bother me because they aren't one established person. True. It's very different from changing races from comic characters. Yes, I agree with you. A lot of people have issues with it because, of course, the Doctor was a white straight male for many, many years. But there's nothing saying the Doctor can't be a black man or a transgender person or anything like that. Right, I am Vengeance. It's been a long time since I have watched Doctor Who, but I like the casting. John, Doctor Strange made a lot of money this weekend. Yes, 500 million. And that brings me to my main topic, which I put in the title of this video. DC have got a huge challenge on their hands because you get a very middling movie like Multiverse of Madness and it's already nearly made 500 million in its first weekend. That's what we're up against. And it's that brand recognition, it's that brand loyalty I keep on talking about. But big box office doesn't make a movie great. You can stat pad it, but it doesn't mean anything. Doctor Strange will make more money than Batman Begins. Is Doctor Strange better than Batman Begins? Is Doctor Strange better than the Batman if it makes more money than the Batman, which it will? No. It's about what you enjoy. Take what you enjoy, hold it in your heart, and be proud of your taste in films and art. And don't be so concerned with the box office. Ronnie Dodge Haymick, have you seen the Black Adam figures? I have, yes. Looking awesome. Not one for figures myself, but yeah, exciting. Ronnie Dodge, no, Batman Begins is a better movie 10 times over. Exactly. Most DC movies are. Red Panda, I'm starting to feel like I'm losing my money on Marvel movies. Should I be honest with you? I actually preferred Uncharted to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I actually went to the cinema to see Uncharted and I really enjoyed it. I didn't think it was going to be all that, but I really enjoyed the film and I thought that was a really good franchise starter as well. Look, I think the MCU's all right. It's chapterized. It's the latest chapter. I mean, I was watching Harrison Ford in The Fugitive last night, I think. And as the credits rolled up, I felt like crying. I genuinely felt like crying because they used to make such an effort with films. And it's so sad the discourse and the identity politics involved in entertainment today. And back in the day, they just made films and we enjoyed them and we didn't fight. We either liked them or we didn't. That was it. We didn't like them. We didn't talk about them, did we? Ronnie Dodge, I'm currently rewatching Doctor Who. Awesome, yes. I'll be doing a Doctor Who rewatch. I'm going to make it last until basically Jodie's final episode. Or should I wait until Jodie's final episode is gone so it can last till 2023 when real Doctor Who comes back? Trill J. Mick. The poll says yes and no instead of the names. Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. Basically, I'm saying Doctor Strange or Dr. Fate. So, yeah, I know it's too late for me to do anything about it now. But I'll tell you what, Trill J, just for you, we'll do it again. I don't want to disappoint my mate Trill J. There you go. Right, where are we? Ronnie Dodge, I was rewatching Sex Education. I love Shooty character Eric. He's going to be a fab doctor. He's a very good actor. He's a very good actor. There's no question about that. But listen, Russell T Davies doesn't care about inclusion. It's not about that. By casting a black guy, he takes the pressure off of him, so he can cast whoever he wants now. If he brings back John Barrowman, that's going to be controversial because of the accusations made at John. He's going to be doing things like that. So if anyone complains, he can say, well, I've cast the Black Doctor. But he deserves it. He's a good actor. He is brilliant in Sex Education. And it's going to be great. Listen, if I was Russell T Davies, I wouldn't have come back because the culture around fandom is very different now. Back in the old days, there was discourse. Was it classic Who or was it new Who? Now it's about identity politics. There's so many issues within Doctor Who now. And the fandom is so much more toxic. Trill J, and Dr. Fate, of course, this man, Doctor Strange, gets showed out in his own movie. Ryan, I'm Vengeance. I hope we get a DC mainline universe, DC shared cinematic universe. And one else we can have both ways. I think they may want to simplify things, Ryan, a little bit at first. Harry Selick, have you seen the new episode of Superman and Lois? Yep, I love it. I love all the episodes. Ronnie Dodge, Russell did mention Missy. Could they get Michelle back, but her version is dead? Yeah, I mean, it's Doctor Who. No one really dies in Doctor Who. I actually think he should keep Sacha Dhawan as the Master. John, I voted for Doctor Strange in your poll because I don't know anything about Dr. Fate. Ronnie Dodge, Dr. Fate doesn't need eyes to see through a helmet, unlike Doctor Strange needs 3 eyes. Harris Selick, the scene of Clark telling Lana he's Superman was done so well, so good. I'm not so sure they needed to do it so early, but they did it and it was done well. John Gaunt, Doctor Strange, ironically, is better in other movies, but his own and also No Way Home. Yes, he was very good in No Way Home. In fact, I think he had a bigger starring role in No Way Home more than in his own movie. I think it's interesting, though, how John Watts doesn't want to do Fantastic Four, but he's doing the next Spidey movie. Says something about his allegiance to Sony. I don't blame him. It's all about creative control as well. Feige doesn't have as much creative control over the Sony movies, like when Spider-Man's involved. Ray Dodge, did you find the Spider-Man joke in Multiverse of Madness cringy? Yes, I did. Trill J, does anyone think Avatar 2 is a problem for DC? It's a huge problem. I'm sorry, it's a huge problem for Shazam. I'm still not convinced Black Adam's coming out in October. Still no marketing. Bat Super, I don't have a lot of interest in watching new movie outside of a few superhero movies and sequels to old franchise. I feel more drawn to watching movies from the 1980s to 2000. I don't blame you. I agree with you. Most of the new stuff is shite. John Galt, I thought they made him too weak in No Way Home, losing to Spider-Man. Yes, he should be able to cream Spider-Man, it's true, but what can I say? What can I say? That's Feige, and Kevin Feige has announced that Miss Marvel will have very different powers in live action, and Marvel fans are very upset. What do you think about that? Ronnie Dodge, I love the Avatar trailer. It's incredible. Jim Cameron still got go to cinema. Harris Selick, I hope John Krasinski keeps playing Reed Richards. Look, I think there's a good chance, but you never know. Harris Selick, Miss Marvel is going to be so shit. I know nothing about her. John Krasinski is probably better than the MCU, but he's there and he wants to be there. That's amazing. But apparently his good wife isn't interested. Maybe he's going to have to do some persuading. And Manchester City have built themselves one of the best strikers in the world. Haaland is a Manchester City player from the summer. True J, Miss Marvel about to be OP, not to be mean, but Kevin Feige has to be a huge simp. He is. He is a simp. We must respect women and respect me by liking the stream. Smash the like button. Bad super. Ronnie Dodge, Haaland coming to City, very interesting. Yes, advantage Manchester City. I'd rather him go there than Liverpool. Bat super. Back in the day, movies had so much love and soul put into them. Yeah, it's different. And we're never going back to those days. It's as simple as that. Harris Selick, typical Pep, fails to win Champions League and just spends millions. He does, but it's a great buy, isn't it? Henrik, Haaland, I would go to any other club than Man City, but perhaps with him, they can win. Well, they're already winners. They're about very close to winning the league. They haven't won the Champions League, but Guardiola is a very good coach, and we shouldn't really disrespect that. True J, superhero films have taken over, but are they still as good? Are the films today as good as X-Men and X-Men 2 and Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2? Is the quality still there? John, I have no interest in Avatar 2. Interesting. I am very interested in Avatar 2. It's art. It's art. I like art. I love filmmakers getting to tell their stories, something we don't get enough of these days. Jim Cameron, also a big fan of Zack Snyder. I mean, James Cameron is a pioneer. He quit his job as a truck driver because he was inspired by Star Wars and decided to be a director. John Galt, I was never a fan of the first Avatar. 3D hurts my eyes. I'm praying the film flops. Trill J, John, it looks very amazing, but it has no clear story. Don't think it'll beat the first, but I've been waiting on this sequel. Well, there is a clear story. We just don't know it. Ray George Russell did give a hint. We will see new monsters. Karen also congratulated Ncuti Gatwa. Maybe she could come back as Amy. I doubt it. But yeah, they're all going to congratulate him. You wouldn't expect what's his name? Sylvester McCoy, a previous Doctor, did a whole video on Twitter welcoming him to the club. Bat Super Trill J, as someone who loves superheroes, I hate that superhero movies have taken over. I would rather have a few but very good superhero films than have 50 mediocre. I couldn't agree more. Harris Selling, why would you want a film to flop, lol? I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting sucked in. Trill J, Bat Super, yeah, definitely John Wick should be making 1 billion every sequel. I'm assuming that is supposed, Harris, to suck us in, yeah? You get what I mean? Trill J, Bat Super, yeah, definitely John Wick should be making 1 billion every sequel. Ronnie Dodge, Matt Smith also commented on welcoming him saying he will bring wit to the character. He will. And Doctor Who is lacking wit with Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall. We need that fun Doctor back. Harris saying John Wick is so mid. No, I don't agree. I think it's great. It's no more mid than the MCU movies we're seeing today. Reno Jack, what's up, Mick? And let's make it a great week. Let's make it a great week. Let's make it a night to remember, as all the women say to me. And I do. Because their husbands and boyfriends are not making it a night to remember. you want to keep your women, keep them pleased, not just in the bedroom, but intelligently. John Gaunt, John Wick is subpar, a Dr. Fate film that will blow Doctor Strange, Doctor Who, and Dr. Dre out of commission. Trill J. Harris, I kind of want it to flop as well. The first mate's... Let me start again. The first made a lot of money because kids wanted to see blue CGI people doing things. I don't want kids leading what films make money, no disrespect, but they do. Ray George, I miss the Doctor being sarcastic and having funny moments, so do I. Alex, I don't know anything about Dr. Fate. All I know is he puts the helmet of Naboo on and he can see the future. He can see things that are possibilities. It actually drives him mad. I don't know what else he can do. I only know because I saw the version of the character in Smallville, and I thought Geoff Johns did him really, really well. Geoff Johns' episodes in Smallville were sensational. Legion, Absolute Justice. Harris Selick, it wasn't just kids though. The whole world was in awe because of how stunning the movie was. It was revolutionary. It was. Alex Trilj, you should be supporting directors' original visions. It's good for cinema. Otherwise, we will get formulaic MCU till the end of time. Exactly. And that's certainly it's not what I want. This is Movies TV Mad. This is Monday Night Live. It's the beginning of the week. Bat Super, I haven't seen Avatar, but can someone tell James Cameron to make more movies? Trill J, what do you think he's been doing all these years? Trill J, kids tend to want too much escape from the real world. It hurts them down the line. Do you know what, Trill J? I couldn't disagree more. Actually, not allowing kids to escape hurts them more, especially in this shitty world that we've created for them. Escape is so important. It's all realism now. That hurts. That hurts you mentally. Being in the real world, forcing your head in the real world, 24/7, Trilogy. I couldn't agree with you less. Down the line, this is why I appreciate what Snyder did. Woke people up to reality, and Reeves put the call back into hero movies. No. I don't appreciate that. I love what Zach did. I enjoy it because there is escapism to it, but I don't think kids should be forced in the real world 24/7. John Gaunt, I wonder if they will be charging a fortune for the 3D glasses for Avatar 2, probably. That's the only reason why the first one made a lot of money, and then releasing it in theatres, very true. John Russell T. Davis said that Jodie's final episode is in October this year. That is correct. Trill J. Alex, Avatar is Disney. What are you not getting? The MCU is still doing with that movie. This is why DC has to win the year. I can't see them winning the year. The only way they win the year is surely by getting more box office than Disney. That ain't happening, Trill J. Ronnie Dodge, what did you think of Terminator Dark Fate as Jim was a producer on and that? It was all right. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't great. And obviously, killing off Edward Furlong, John Connor, was a mistake. Harris Selick, oh yeah, because telling kids an alien god will enslave them is so great for them. Henrik, we all want escapism from movies. That's the joy of it. Of course we do. Some people love this real world. I hate the world that I'm in. I hate the real world. I think it's horrible. Alex, Avatar is James Cameron's vision, not Disney's. Reno Jack, I sadly realised yesterday that I'm basically finished, lol. A young kid at my work told me that MCU is the biggest thing ever in cinema history. I said he was crazy, but my co-workers agreed with him. Financially, it's the biggest thing of all time, for sure. Not creatively. Running Dodge, also apparently Jodie's last episode is an hour and a half long, according to Russell. Oh my God. John Gaunt, I never understood why people are so focused on box office. It's not like any else is getting the money back. That's what I always say, John. Jesus is go. Give me more Moon Knight. No thanks. Chill J, not worrying about the box office. I'm talking about the film Love Wise. Once 4 comes out and is another typical MCU film, I'm sure DC will have the upper hand. What, in the box office? Harris Selick, Reno, he's not wrong. No franchise has made more money. Exactly. Unfortunately. Reno Jack, I tried to name actually great movies like The Godfather and others, and they looked at me like a crazy old man. I mean, what were they talking about, Reno? Were they talking about box office or quality? They're talking about quality. You just have to use your intellect to beat them down. Because the MCU is a joke compared to those movies. A joke. But it's a joke that's not very funny. Harris Selick, The Godfather is better, not bigger. Yeah, it depends what they were talking about. I don't really like to stat pad with box office. It's boring. They make money. They make money. It's simple as that. Bad movies make money these days. I'm surprised Morbius didn't make money. Trilogy, not worried about the box office so much. Black Adam and Shazam should get the job done. We shall see. There are no guarantees with WB and DC, I'm afraid. Ray George, can I just say who would win? Jean Grey versus Wanda the Scarlet Bitch? Oh, Jean Grey. Jean Grey would destroy her. Bryan Singer's Jean Grey would definitely destroy her. Reno Jack, they were talking office, of course. They were talking office, of course, and they didn't seem to care about creative vision. I hate that measuring stick these days is based on money and views. Yes, it's very sad. John Gall, MCU, Star Wars, Spider-Man, Harry Potter, and 007 are the top 5 grossing film series. They are. Harry Potter is, very successful. Trilogy, Wanda will win. You see how op she is. She has, right now, you plot armor. Nah, I back Jean Grey. The proper Jean Grey. Not the Sophie Turner Jean Grey. Forget her. Dr. Fate is killing it. Who's better, Doctor Strange or Dr. Fate? Doctor Strange 27%, Dr. Fate 73%. Reno Jack, moral of my story is that it made me feel out of touch. Personally, I don't care for MCU or most movies that are just CGI, bar bag with no story. Well, do you know what? It doesn't make me feel out of touch because I know everything that's going on. I know about all the modern day movies and I know about the past movies. It doesn't make me feel out of touch, but I suppose you should know that the MCU is the most successful franchise of all time. Ronnie Dodge, yeah, Jean with Dark Phoenix powers would make mincemeat out of Wanda. Exactly. Harry Selick, Wanda would probably win. She can warp reality. John, they have wrapped filming of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. They have. That's the only MCU movie I'm actually looking forward to. Henrik, there were talks about a Harry Potter universe series. It's really cool world, but hey, needs great stories, and I don't think Fantastic Beasts will get more movies. First of all, I'm afraid that J.K. Rowling will have to have nothing to do with the films, and you need someone interesting and intelligent to run them. Alex, what did you think of Thor Ragnarok, Mick? The Hulk was great in it. I don't think the film's actually that good, but the Hulk being in it made it exciting for me. Yeah, I'm a big Harry Potter fan. Maybe they should have just left it alone to the 8 movies. Trilogy, Wanda Slaughter missed the fantastic. Thanks for the spoiler. Alex, imagine if they kept Hulk being in the movie a secret. Yes, that would have been fun. That really would have. But yeah, they decided to reveal it. The only good thing about the movie. John Galt, sorry about that. To be fair, she slaughtered everyone. It's not a dark movie. It ain't a scary movie. It shouldn't have been rated any higher. Jump scares is not horror. Children, Mick, sorry, Mick, but to be fair, they should have seen it by now. No, that's not fair. Not everyone can get out and see it after 3 or 4 days, my friend. Scott Edwards, what's up? Good evening, Scott. How are you this evening? And also, did you see Clay Stubbs' egg post for the Restore the Snyderverse fandom? Yes, Alex. Did you understand it? Because I thought the hard-boiled egg thing was about racism. So if you can explain it to me, Alex, please do. Henrik, don't spoil, please. Watching it tomorrow. Bit late now. It's already been spoiled. The best Avengers film is the first Avengers film. Scott Edwards, I'm excited for the upfront next week. 18th, yep. Warner Brothers Discovery upfront. What are we going to get? What are we going to find out? It could be a very huge week for DC fans. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. We're finally going to know what's going on, hopefully. It'll be a very busy time for me. And here on Movies TV Mad, I will be covering it. What could be announced? Could they announce a Holy Trinity movie? Alex, basically all you need to know about the egg is that he highlighted the number 10 and it was posted 10 days away from the Discovery upfront thing. Ah! Interesting. Something's going to happen on the 18th, Alex. John Gorn, MCU villains are typically terrible. I loved Killmonger, though. I actually liked Jeff Bridges' villain in Iron Man. Best Super. No, I didn't like Killmonger, actually. He ended up being a pussy. Bad Super. One thing I don't like about the MCU is how they did Spider-Man. I see Spider-Man as a kind of a Batman or Superman in the Marvel Universe, or even Oliver Queen in the Arrowverse. He's a major player. He's a major player, but he's a kid. The way he's portrayed by John Watts, that is the way he is. Children, the best Avengers film could be Civil War because it was classic MCU serious. Still little jokes for kids, but serious and amazing grounded looking. I don't count that as an Avengers movie. Alex, so possibly something Snyder announcement? Probably, yes. Could it be the Holy Trinity movie? We're going to have to wait and see. It's going to be big. But Clay Staub has been hinting for a very, very long time. Scott Edwards, what if they announce Justice League 2 and 3? I'm for it. I'm here for it. That would be awesome, Scott. I'd be very, very happy. Scott Edwards, Infinite Crisis movie. Maybe that's the one they announced, directed by Zack Snyder. Who knows? It's interesting. Trill J, Scott Edwards, I might have to laugh. Trill J, Scott Edwards, I might have to laugh if that's not what's happening. Too many rumours have been spreading. Abraham Herrera, Mickey, good evening. Good evening to you, Abraham Herrera. I think there's going to be some big announcements for sure. There has been a lot of hints around. Zack Snyder actually did hint Final Crisis before anyone else mentioned it. And then it got mentioned when people saw the Flash test screening. So that's interesting. So there's some validity in that. John Galt, I can't wait for this Miss Marvel show to come out. The MCU fans are going to act like it's on level with the Daredevil TV show, yeah? Trill J, May 18th needs to come faster. Yeah, it will soon be here. Very exciting. I can't wait. We need some big news. Bat Super, I feel like something is definitely happening. Both Zach and Clay teasing things yet. John, what are you expecting from May the 18th event? I expect them to explain the structure of DC going forward. Maybe a DC Studios, maybe not, but I expect them to explain their plans and their structure for the future. I expect them to throw a few curveballs at us, maybe announcing something like a Holy Trinity movie, a Final Crisis movie, something like that, and just explaining the structure of DC and their other IPs going forward. John Galt, Black Adam action figures pictures have leaked. The costume look like really cool. Yeah, very cool. I really hope they don't delay Black Adam again. I really do. Welcome to Movies TV Mad Live. I am Mick, your host with the most. A very good evening to all of you. We have 12 viewers. We have 6 likes. Smash that like button. Check out my poll. Who's better? Doctor Strange with 23% or Dr. Fate with 77%. If you want to change the result, get voting. Black Adam. Even Henry kind of teased in the 2021 interview when he talked about how the suit still fits. Abraham Herrera. It's very simple for Zaslav to restore the Snyderverse because it's only 2 movies left. After that, the sky is the limit. Abraham Herrera, limit. I would be very excited for that. I think we're going to get some. At last, we're going to know where we're headed, and I think that's important now. Someone comes in and says, "Enough's enough. Let's do this. Let's make this work," because it isn't working. I know the Flash movie is supposed to fix things and make things finally know what's canon and what's not canon. Let's see what happens. It could be a day of huge revelation, so let's hope so. Alex, if they restore the Snyderverse, they should do more than 2 movies. They should do a Batfleck movie for JL202 and 3. Cyborg and would be amazing too. Zack Snyder could make this happen. I think you're hoping for too much. I think you should be happy with Justice League 2 and 3, Alex. Unlikely to get a Cyborg movie, but who knows? Anything's possible. Leroy Kong, hello Mick, hello guys. I'm at work now. Great live, thank you. John, if they do restore the Snyderverse, they will need to get all the actors back, including Ezra. They will. But as you can see, Ezra hasn't been sacked, so right now that's not an issue. Bat Super, it's interesting how Henry mentioned portraying a more hopeful Superman in a solo movie, but he mentioned doing it before Superman Goes Dark, again in JL and JL2, then Redemption in JL3. So he could get a movie before those movies happen. If those movies happen, we'll have to wait and see. I think that would be very exciting to finally get this movie that Henry's been fighting for such a long time. John Galt, when I was a student at uni, on one of my classes, my professor asked our class of 39 students if you would rather see a Marvel or DC film stand over there. I was the only one for DC. DC forever. Yes, I'm afraid Marvel is very popular right now, and it is what it is. Abraham Herrera. Hey, Alex, the Snyderverse Snyder's Arc will be completed with GL2 and 3. After that, Batfleck, Flash, and Superman, even Cyborg, can go different ways. The point is to finish what was started. Absolutely. People will always want more. That's the thing. I think it's going to be very interesting what is announced at the upfronts. I really do. But Super, maybe he only spoke of JL because originally his solo movie plan fit into the original JL chronologically. And maybe we won't get JL 2 and 3, but we instead will get Henry's solo movie. It could happen, yeah. Leroy Kong, DC Forever for me as well. Superman and Batman, two of the greatest heroes. I couldn't agree more. Yes, it's very slow on DC news right now. Not much is going on. It's a bit funny, though, how they announced Doctor Who on the weekend Doctor Strange was out. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Welcome to the chat if you've just entered. If you don't know who I am, my name is Mick. I am the host with the most. Keep your wives away from me or they want to sleep with me. I'm sorry. Yes, so subscribe if you haven't done already. Abraham Herrera, by the way, Mick, I saw your avatar's reaction. I'm glad you like it. Something to look forward to for the end of the year. Yeah, definitely. We need something a bit different. And, you know, it's getting tiresome with the superhero stuff. So, yeah, it'd be great to see the sequel to that movie. Alex, I would be happy with 2 movies, but I feel like they need to have at least another movie beforehand to hype it up. Remember, mainstream needs to be hyped for it too because it needs to make its budget back. Well, I think there's enough money, whether it's, I mean, no one's saying it's going to go in movie theatres anyway, Alex. But I think JL2 and JL3 will have enough hype behind it. You don't need another movie before it to hype it up. John, I just want one DC universe going forward. So do I. It's the best thing. I mean, I'd like so many things. The Snyderverse restored, Henry back. But I do think it's for the best that we have one defined universe. I do agree with that. Because that's the problem. It doesn't have the brand recognition, as we keep on talking about. They've made so many mistakes. They did Man of Steel. Then they went in a different direction and did Batman versus Superman. They then went in a different direction and did the Hamadaverse. Bat Super, I wonder if the plan is to use the Batman as the start of a new universe, but not until after the Batman 3, because that would allow them to finish off Snyder's JL movies and any potential solo films. I understand what you're saying. It just sounds a little bit long-winded. Leroy Kong, again, I really hope that Henry Cavill appears in Shazam 2, Black Adam, The Flash and Wonder Woman 3. We need him. Abraham Herrera, Marvel was the first to execute the first shared universe, but when it comes to the multiverse, they are fucking up. Alex, if JL2 and 3 are 250 million each. They will need to make 1 billion plus minimum at the box office. That's the thing, Alex. It's probably going to be released on HBO Max anyway. We're not talking about box office here. Box office, it might be too big for a risk for the studios to invest in so much money into an unproven franchise. Well, it's not unproven. But you think they're going to spend even more money just in case it makes money by doing another film. Doesn't make sense, Alex. Alex, I hope it won't be HBO Max because I believe they deserve to be seen on the big screen. So do I. But I suspect that's what we're talking about. Because they made big money from it, from the Snyder Cut on HBO Max. That's the whole point. I think you should be happy whatever you get because we haven't got anything right now. John Gordon, have you ever seen the Hawkeye series? Yes, I don't like it. It's boring. And they made Wilson Fisk shit. They made Kingpin shit. Nothing like he was in Daredevil. That's super. I would watch JL2 on YouTube Premium if it meant I could get JL2. Me too. Reno joke. Are you a Sopranos guy, Mick? I've never seen it in my life. I respect the people who made it, but I never saw it. But I've heard great things about it. Tony Soprano. Welcome to Movies TV Mad. This is Monday Night Live. We have 10 viewers, 7 likes. Smash that like button. Abraham and Mick, if you had a time machine and you could go back to show 80s kids MLS, BVS, and Zack Snyder's Justice League, how would you think they'd react? It's interesting because don't forget the 80s had a lot of great stuff. Of course, they'd be wowed by the CGI, but would they? I don't know. Would they prefer like Zack Snyder's movies to E.T. and Jaws and the great movies we had and Rocky and Rambo? I'm not sure about that. John Gordon, yes, MCU Kingpin isn't that intimidating. I think they will ruin Daredevil since he's in the MCU now. Such a shame. Yep, couldn't agree more. When Feige touches stuff and it's meant to be a little bit more adult and a little bit more deeper, he ruins it. Alex, to be honest, 1.5 billion for the first 2 movies for a DC franchise, MOS and BVS, is still solid considering how targeted BVS was. It seemed like all bloggers and journalists tried to make the movie fail. Well, there was a lot of bad feeling around the movie, that's for sure. Because it was a challenging movie, because it was a different movie, it represented these iconic characters in a way some people didn't feel they should be represented in. So there was a lot of discourse, which damaged the box office ultimately. What they wanted, Alex, was $1 billion for Man of Steel, $2 billion for BVS. Then they would have been happy. But if Man of Steel made $1 billion, we wouldn't have got BVS anyway. We would have got a Man of Steel sequel. Like Iron Man had an Iron Man 2, like that. And Batman would have got his own movie down the road. Leroy Kong, I will be going back to work now. Take care, guys. Restore the Snyderverse, Henry Cavill, Superman. Okay, Leroy, thank you very much. Do you know what films I like? And I forgot what they're called now. Hang on a minute. Resident Evil, all 6 movies, kick ass. The first one, of course, is the best. Alex, yes, there's a video on YouTube of Zack Snyder on the red carpet saying he's doing a solo Superman trilogy. They ask him about Justice League and he says that will be separate to what I'm doing. So that didn't happen originally, did it? But that didn't happen in the end. And you see, Man of Steel is a different direction to what BVS is. Because they got rid of Nolan and Goyer and said to Zack, do what you want to do. Then they didn't like what Zack did. Alex, this was back in 2013, yeah. Reno Jack, Resident Evil movies are solid, especially the first one. The video game was something that genuinely terrified me as a kid. Yeah, look, I like these movies. I've never actually played the games, but I do like these movies. You're right, they're solid, but there's something about them. And I think Mila Jovovich is brilliant. She certainly married well, didn't she? It's a bit like Helena Bonham Carter when she was married to Tim Burton. These women know how to get places, don't they? Alex, it's like each subsequent movie was a course correction of the last. Exactly. That's the point. Don't forget that the first movie, Man of Steel, that's not actually Zack's vision. Only visually. Man of Steel is Goyer's and Nolan's vision. And they're going to continue that vision. That's a mistake. Because even though there was some controversial things in Man of Steel, there wasn't as much discourse with Man of Steel as there was with BVS. So I think if they just allowed Goyer and Nolan to do the writing and Snyder to do the directing, that would have been the perfect storm. That was the perfect setup. But, you know, Man of Steel didn't make the money they wanted because that film cost a lot of money to make. Because if you're spending nearly 300 million to make a movie and you're only getting another 300 million back, it's problematic. Reno Jack, Mila might autocorrect acting up. Reno Jack, speaking of Mila Jovovich, are you a fan of the Fifth Element film? I am. There's something about her for sure. She's definitely very heroic. Back in the day when it wasn't fashionable for women to be heroic in movies. And there was no virtue signaling around it. And we got Michelle Rodriguez in this as well, haven't we? So, in some of the movies. I'll tell you what, Michelle Rodriguez, I bet she likes to be in charge. And I like some of that, Michelle. I know you're not going to like me saying that, and you're going to call me, you know, names and toxic masculinity, but let's be honest, you would be a lot of fun. I mean, look what you did to Sawyer in Lost. Previously on Lost. Reno Jack, Michelle Rodriguez in the first Fast and Furious. Oh my Lord, Mick. Yes. It's all about family, Michelle. Do you still hate toxic masculinity, Michelle? Not now, Mick. Not now. I love it. You're amazing. You're the ultimate man. Alex, what studio notes do you think Matt Reeves will get for the Batman 2? Shorter run time and more action, I think. Yes. He can still ignore that, though. He's in the driving seat. That's super. Abraham Herrera, Imo, too bad Michelle don't like men. Oh, she does really. That woman likes men. Henrik, ha ha ha, Mickey and Michelle, perfect duo. That woman likes women and men, I guarantee you. Isn't it funny that Taika Waititi has a threesome with two actresses and nothing happens to him? Ronnie Judge, there's a Screen Rant article saying they're looking at Dylan O'Brien to replace Ezra. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. There's no way. They got fed up of the other Dylan O'Brien rumours. Now they're doing that. I'll check it out after I come off live. And if there's any credence or validity to it, we'll talk about it on tomorrow's DCEU Daily. Renee Jack, she only liked men because they had her getting shagged by the geezer Vin Diesel for 10 films, lol. And Bad Super, I can imagine the Batman 2 being 2 hours and 40 minutes and having like maybe 15% more action. It won't be a drastic change. Yeah, I'm happy with it, but I'm happy with what the first movie did. Abraham Herrera took Tacky what? He did what? He had a threesome with two actresses. Henrik, Ronnie Dodge, link it, ha ha ha. Henrik, read it now, Mickey. Bat Super, maybe it's because Taiki is a man of colour. He didn't get in trouble for paying a comedic Hitler either. Ronnie Dodge, yeah, that's what I thought. I haven't read the article yet. Ronnie, can you link it to me, please? Can you send it to me? Let's read it before I go. Can you find it again? After all, Ronnie, you are my senior correspondent. I mean, it's not like Screen Rant to have any breaking news, but let's check it out. I'm sure it's utter bollocks. John Gaunt, take it as a person of colour. I thought he was white. I don't want to talk about it. I don't care what colour he is. Henry, you just said you did. Come on, did you make it up? He didn't say he read the article. He just said what was on the title. Ronnie John, sorry, mate, it wasn't Screen Rant. It was Screen Geek. Yeah, you can send it, but Screen Geek is talking bollocks. Screen Geek doesn't know anything. I'll read it anyway now. You've got me in the mood for it. Screen Geek is like the lowest of the low. And they make themselves look like Screen Rant on purpose. Oh, it's all right, mate. I've just found it. Right, shall we give it a read then? John Gaunt, are you a fan of the director Steve McQueen? I've actually never heard of him. I've heard of the actor Steve McQueen. Bat Super, do you think we will get the Flash trailer when Black Adam comes out? Who knows what they're planning? Exclusive. WB considering replacing Ezra Miller as the Flash with Dylan O'Brien. As the controversies surrounding actor Ezra Miller continue to add up, many fans are anxious to know what will happen with his character, the Flash. He's a staple of the DCEU, and it was expected that he'd be appearing in many more films in the coming years. But knowing allegations against Ezra Miller, not to mention several arrests, everyone knows that many other actors have been cancelled for far less. With that in mind, we've learned that Warner Brothers is considering their options when it comes to replacing Ezra Miller. It's unclear how many actors have topped WB's list to replace Ezra Miller as the Flash. However, one such name that a source close to the situation has informed us about is Dylan O'Brien, the 30-year-old, which I think is quite old for Flash, isn't it? Actor is known for roles in both television and film, including MTV series Teen Wolf. He also played the lead character in Love and Monsters. Of course, fans have their own picks for who could be the next Flash. One popular choice is Grant Gustin. He's an easy choice because he's already played the version of the Flash for the CW's Arrowverse. Having said that, it would potentially also be difficult to transition Grant Gustin from the Arrowverse to the DCEU, though it isn't like those respective continuities haven't already crossed over. In any case, it might be best to go with someone new like Dylan O'Brien for replacing Ezra Miller, although it still remains a mystery how such a change will fit into the DCEU's narrative. With Warner Brothers Discovery eager to have an overhaul of the property, however, there could be any number of changes that would allow it to work. As such, we'll just have to wait and see what happens with Ezra Miller and what Warner Brothers' ultimate decision on that matter is. Fans can stay tuned. No thanks, I don't even trust you. Well, I don't necessarily believe what's in this article, but I think the very fact that they're putting bullshit rumours out means that WB, because WB do leak stuff out, WB wants it known that they're looking to replace Ezra Miller. I repeat, I believe, because of this article I've read, I don't believe Dylan O'Brien's the man, but I do believe WB are making it known to publications that they are looking to replace Ezra Miller. This has been quiet for a long time. Because the dust is settled, you wouldn't expect something to come out if it wasn't true now, because it doesn't hit what you need to get all the clicks and links. So I think they're looking to replace Ezra Miller. So very, very interesting. John Gaunt, that would be rubbish. Dylan O'Brien is very average. Just keep Ezra. I think they're looking to replace him. Henrik, Love and Monsters is an amazing film. Really hope we get a sequel. Highly recommend it, Mickey. And to all, thank you. Harry Selleck, it's mad that Ezra still has a job. I think they're looking to replace him. I don't believe the Dylan O'Brien stuff, but I believe they put it out there that they're looking to replace him. I thought this would be a dead week for DC, but keep it here. Anything could hit at any time this week. And of course, on tomorrow's DCEU Daily, we will talk about this further, unless something bigger drops. But it's interesting because the talk on Ezra Miller in the past week or so has cooled. So I don't trust, Screen Geek talks nonsense. It's not a reliable source anyway. But I just think they're doing an article. But it's interesting. I think they want to replace him. It makes sense. What's going on with the director? I don't know. Could they be replacing the director as well? Interesting. Reno Jack, I would fall out of my chair laughing if they did 2-for-1 special and rejected Ezra in The Flash and Fantastic Beasts with the same actor. Harris Selleck, I heard Dylan was casted for Robin. He's not casted for Robin. That's not happening. That was another BS rumor. Ronnie Todd Saw. But Screen Geek make themselves look like Scream Rant purposely. It's an easy mistake to make. Well. Interesting. Very, very interesting. My interest has been piqued. Abraham Herrera, they could make it so that Ezra was Reverse Flash all along and the real Barry was trapped or something. Or they could just recast him and not mention it. Ray John, sorry, mate. I saw it had a blonde moment. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm interested because I think that means they're looking to recast him. That news may be bullshit, but there's something going on for that rumour to be out there in the first place. Interesting. I shall get my greyhounds on it to sniff it out, and I will keep you updated. A few more comments before I go. Oh, that is exciting. I do like a bit of gossip in the DC universe. Does get me very excited and piques my interest. Oh, I think they're going to demolish that movie. Ronnie George, Daniel Richmond, who's an insider, retweeted it. Ah. Right, listen, Ronnie. If he retweeted it, it means something's going on. And he's saying, basically, he's hinting at what I'm saying. That it's not necessarily true that they're looking to get the actor in, but they are looking to replace him. It could have already been done. Watch this space. This is why they delayed this movie, my friend. This is why they delayed this movie. This is why they're doing reshoots for Shazam and Black Adam. Probably Ezra got cameos in those films as well. This is going to be huge. This is going to be all over the place. Wow. If Richmond is going on about this or hinted towards this, this is important. Harris Selleck recast them all. Reno Jack, time to bring the rap into the light. Very interesting stuff. Keep it here on Movies TV Mad to be kept updated in what's going on. How exciting is that? This has been Movies TV Mad with Monday Night Live. It went really slow. Then we got a bit of piece of big gossip, big news. Ezra Miller could be getting replaced. And actually, I'm kind of excited about that because they have to redo that movie. They're going to have to put Superman in that movie anyway. Anyway, we're going to find out. It's up front on the 18th. Very exciting. Ronnie Dodge, take care, mate. You too, Ronnie. Thank you very much. Henrik, sad about Ezra because the test screening got positive reviews and Flash is so fucking cool. It still can be cool. So until we see each other again, goodbye. Au revoir. Alfie, the saying, see you tomorrow morning for the DCEU Daily. Don't miss that. I could have more information about this rumour for you tomorrow. That's super. We will get big news soon, I am sure. So am I. It's very exciting. That's super. See you next stream. See you later. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the views. Thank you for getting involved in my poll. Who's better? Doctor Strange, 20% because he's a pissant. And Dr. Fate is the winner in the red corner with 80% because Dr. Fate don't need eyes. See you tomorrow. See you on tomorrow's DCEU Daily. I will keep you informed over on Twitter as well throughout the night at Movies TV Mad. See you tomorrow. Thank you very much.